You are never trained to think about how could we be in 5 to 10 years? What would we need to do so? But at the end, some of the well-trained managers come in executive positions. But now their mission would be different, namely to give direction, but they never learned it before.
Hi, this is your project management cowboy coming back to you with podcast 21. My favorite number. Nobody cares. I thought I'd just throw that in there. You might say, hey, Mark, what do you want today? You seem a little bit energetic, a little bit over the top. I will tell you why. The purpose of our podcast is not only to entertain, but also to educate and also create a community of practice amongst people who are out there doing what both my guests and I do, and sometimes struggling to convince other people that they're doing the right thing, okay? We're creating a community of practice based on the principle we read or we communicate or we share to know we're not alone. In the last couple podcasts, we've had kind of the luxury to go through some of the bingo terms of the moment. We went through agile topics. We went through artificial intelligence. We kind of catered to the momentary buzz or hypes that are out there. I'm really, really thrilled because today we're coming back home. I just picked up an interesting quote not too long ago, and I thought it was really good, and it matches this podcast. It says, if you want to learn something new, don't invent something new, read an old book. I have the pleasure today to have a guest with me, Markus Brandstaetter, a long-time colleague.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
He will have the opportunity to introduce himself so that you know who the heck he is and what justifies him saying what he's going to say, and he's got a lot of good things to say.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is the topic of project portfolio management. Mm-hmm. Not a new terminology, but let me ask you right up front. Well, you want to give us a formal definition of what a project portfolio is for those who are saying that?
A formal definition or my private one?
Both.
The formal would be that you optimize the resources of a company to achieve strategic goals. Mm-hmm. My personal definition would be to get first an understanding where the company wants to go to.
Yeah.
So really develop a strategy and then put the portfolio together, not only how most of the people would do it, optimizing the resources, but on the other hand side, really optimize them in a way to achieve the strategic goals.
So we're getting confusing already. Don't worry, we're going to clear this up.
Yeah.
Markus is brilliant when it comes to this. I would add my definition of a project portfolio is you have individual projects. If you lump them together and they're coordinated projects, they become programs. If you take the sum of your projects and programs at an organization, that is your portfolio. Now, portfolio, we'll talk about this later on, doesn't originally come from project management. It comes from finance. But there's a relationship to finance, and there's another portfolio we're going to talk about, which is product portfolios. We're going to be talking about the triumvirate, how these three things interact. But before we get ahead of ourselves, like I said, I love to, when I look at podcasts, the number one thing that annoys me, and when I'm listening to somebody who sounds interesting, is I ask the question, who the heck is this person? I want to know what their background is, what justifies them, what angle they're coming from.